but the Arab and the non-Arab. The difference between us people is one thing. It's not a racial thing. It's not a wealth thing. It's not an intelligence thing. It's to do with the degree to which you recognize your Lord and worship Him. Now, as for these people, and there are some people, they claim that God revealed a new message to Elijah Muhammad. This is a lie against Allah. And they say Allah is a man. Well, we heard this Allah is a man stuff before. Now people, it's about time we lifted off the lid of these people, the so-called Nation of Islam, who's been claiming here that the CIA killed Malcolm X. It's a lie, people, and I want to read to you from the autobiography of Malcolm X written by himself. This is what he said. Not these liars. They killed him and they know they killed him. This is what he says, people. Page 500, here it is. Every morning I wake up. Now I regard as having it another borrowed day. In any city, wherever I go, making speeches, holding meetings of my organization, or attending to other businesses, black men are watching every move I make, awaiting their chance to kill me. I have said publicly many times that I know they have their orders. Anyone who chooses to not to believe me and what I'm saying doesn't know the Muslims in the Nation of Islam. That's what Malcolm X says in his autobiography. And now let's go to one of the speeches of Malcolm X. Here you can get it. The last speeches of Malcolm X. Let's see what he says about these murderers, these people who claim that the black man is going to bring peace upon the earth, when this Nation of Islam people, they murdered Malcolm X because he became a real Muslim, because Elijah Muhammad was fornicating with his secretaries. I can give you his interviews. Himself interviewed the 6 of the secretaries of Elijah Muhammad who were impregnated by him in adulterous relationships. He mentions in his autobiography the reply that Elijah Muhammad gave to him, saying, I have to do what the other prophets did. I have to have incest like Lot had incest. I have to fornicate like David fornicated. We Muslims, true Muslims, do not utter such filth and lie against the prophets of Allah. Allah's messengers do not fornicate. They do not fornicate. And this is what Malcolm X says. Now here's his speech. Do you know, the questioner asks, do you know that Elijah Muhammad was behind this? And Malcolm X says, yes. And the questioner says, or is this your belief? And Malcolm X says, yes. Elijah Muhammad called all of his officials to Chicago in October and ordered them to kill or maim any of his followers who leave him to follow me. That's what they says. That is an interview with Malcolm X, people. That is some random pickings I have taken. I invite you people to read the autobiography of Malcolm X. He knows that the Nation of Islam was out to kill him. Many of his speeches, he said publicly many times, people, that Malcolm X was going to be killed by Elijah Muhammad and his followers. True Muslims believe that is the true Muslim, the true Muslims that number over 1/4 of the world's population. Orthodox Muslims who follow the real Qur'an that was revealed to Muhammad. Muhammad was the last and the final messenger of God, that Allah is the creator of the heavens and the earth. Allah is the name used by Jews and Christians who are Arabs for God. Allah is the supreme creator who has no beginning and no end. He is not born nor he is begotten, and there is nothing that can be likened unto him. Yet these people, you can ask them for their newspaper. It is called The Final Call, and you can read for yourself on the back of the newspaper that they believe that God incarnated himself in the form of one Isfad, who was a human being. Any person who believes that God incarnated himself as a man is a disbeliever in God, is a blasphemer against God, has reviled and insulted the creator of the heavens and the earth, and he is a kafir, an unbeliever. And these people believe that, yet they call themselves Muslims. No, people, no Muslim can believe that God is a man, or God incarnates himself as a man. And Malcolm X himself, says in his speeches, in his biography, in his autobiography, that these people just use the trappings of Islam. They use Islam for their own ends. They have nothing to do with what the Creator of the heavens and the earth revealed to Muhammad. May God's peace and blessings be upon him. Muhammad ibn Abdullah, the last and final messenger who lived 1,400 years.
I tell you again, I am here to warn you. Whether you believe it or not, you are going to find out the truth that Jesus means exactly what he said. It was Jesus who warns us of hell. It's Jesus who warns us of the lake of fire. It's not about religious fanatics. It's about what every one of us is coming to. Only those who are written in the Lamb's book of life are going to know the glory of God here on earth. You don't float off to heaven when you die. Jesus came to bring heaven to you 2,000 years ago. And every time you ignore Jesus, every time you mock and scoff him, you're putting yourself off from it. And that is why we've gone so far now. Your hearts are so hard that you think that you don't need him. But you're not in hell yet. You can get out of hell. You're not going to get out of the choice you've made. Because the world is in the condition it's in because of you. Because of selfishness, weakness, cowardice, unbelief. That's what judgment is. You being faced with reality yourself. I'm doing you a favor today, giving you the opportunity to be strong enough to face it now. But I can assure you, the choice is yours. What I can say with every conscience, I have done my part to warn you. If you take no notice, I have the responsibility. If you want to please the crowd, then, you know, that's why you should be in a circus. That's what you're looking for, isn't it? A circus? That's why you're here, isn't it? Entertainment?
Okay.
You say Christian atheism, what does it mean? Because I am from Germany.
Right, that I believe in Jesus, but not in God.
Not in God.
Right. In Jesus Christ, but not in God.
About your religion?
Well, that is, the religion is fulfilling the vision of Jesus Christ, of peace on earth. That's what the purpose of being in my life
So
is.
you're an atheist?
Right, yes, I'm an atheist. This is a wholly human activity.
So isn't this a contradiction in terms?
No, because I'm a follower of a human being.
Absolutely marvelous.
But wasn't Jesus God according to you?
No. He was a human being, like you or me.
So it doesn't mean that you're an atheist if you believe Jesus was a human being?
Yes, it does.
Why?
Because I deny the existence of God.
Ah, I see. Well, thanks very much.
You're welcome.
A man who eats food, a man who sleeps, a man who was a baby, who grew up, and then he died. We cannot say that this is God, because these are not the qualities of God. God is far from this.
We're all children.
Yes, they say, according to the Catholic, Jesus is the only begotten Son of God, and whoever shall believe in him shall never perish and shall have an everlasting life. You understand? This is what they say. But Jesus himself, his mission was, he told the people, and he never claimed to be God. He told the people, "Hear, O children of Israel,